Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going doing a load of dirty farm work, dirty jobs on the farm. Some people might say, you know, stereotypically that that's a dirty job, and we're going to do jobs that I actually find are the dirty jobs on the farm. And the first one that we have to do today is the one that a lot of people say is the dirtiest job on the farm, and that's shoveling dung. We're going to clean off the slats here, as you can see, and a bit of the calf creep over there as well, and these slats here. But yeah, that's all I have to do. It's a bit of a reflection after. But yeah, the weanlings are still in, but they will be let out very soon, but the cows are let out, the dry cows are let out. Just there's a lot of animals let out. The shed is looking a whole lot emptier, and it is one of the most beautiful sights this time of year to see the shed emptying and the fields filling. But yeah, today's job is obviously just clearing off the slats. I have to do the calf creep as well, and once they're gone I have to do that bit as well, but I won't be doing that in this video. So what I'll do is get the scraper and the shovel, which is over there, and I'll just push it all up this way, and then I'll push it back up to the corner at the gateway so I can get the 135 and the box back into it as close as possible and throw it in. And I'll do the same here, push everything up this way and then push it all down there, and obviously the same on this side, push everything up to the barriers and down towards the gate. But there is one problem, and you might have seen it, when it comes to getting this pen done and this pen done. Although this pen isn't too bad because I can open the gate and push everything down that way, I cannot do it with this unless I push everything out at the calf creep. But it doesn't really matter as long as the slats is cleaned and it doesn't dry into the slats. If it's in a pile, it doesn't tend to dry and get stuck to the ground or the walls as quickly as if it was just left sort of loose and bombarded like it is now. But anyways, that is what I'm going at. The weather has obviously turned. There's a little bit of rain, which is no harm. It'll help the grass grow and it'll help the arable farmers as well. So we're stuck to doing an indoor job today until I see will the weather clear up just a small bit, because I have another dirty, I guess, job to do outside. But yeah, we'll focus on doing this first and see how we'll tackle it with a big bit of silage in the way. But anyways, yeah, I've everything I need here: yard scraper and shovel. That's basically all I really need. But anyways, I'll get to it, head down and get stuck into it. Well, the rain isn't easing off any bit. You could probably hear it hitting off the tin roof, but you can also see it in the puddles. That it is not easing off one bit at all. But not to worry, because I've one pen of the slats cleaned. I have to do the calf creep as well. I don't know what way I'll do that, but I push it out that way, like I did when the calves were in there, or I shove it all up against the wall there and then push it all out and join it with that pile there. I don't know. Another thing is, I could leave the pile there as is now, wait for the wane lens to be gone and that silage bale to be gone, then back in the 135 in the transfer box up to the gate as tightly as possible, and then just shovel it straight from the floor into the box. Or I could get the wheelbarrow, load it into the wheelbarrow, come out here, then I could tip it straight from the wheelbarrow into the transport box, but once that gets too full I'll have to then tip the wheelbarrow onto the ground and then shovel it again to put it into the box. So that's extra work, but then at least it'll be gone from there, that big pile there. But yeah, you're sort of handling it twice then, so I'm not 100% sure on that plan either, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. What I might do is focus on cleaning these slats now, a couple of heavy bits in there as well, and there's a bar there that I need to take down as well because it's not wanted anymore. Get a vice grips or something and take that down, and we'll see how the calf creep is looking. There's not an awful pile in it. I don't know what the easiest way to do it would be. See, there's still stuff out here as well. It's a bit dirty out there, so after seeing that I'd be leaning more towards scraping it all out this direction and piling it somewhere out there, and then back the 135 in box at the gateway there and just load it in that way, because there's stuff there as well that needs to be, loose bits of dung on the ground there that needs to be cleaned up as well. So yeah, that's how I'll do the calf creep, shove it all out that way. That's the calf creep then sorted. That's the plan of attack for that. Plan of attack for this, still not 100% sure, but I'll do the calf creep and I'll do the slats, and then I will make out a plan then. Alright, a little quick update of what I done off camera. So you know that I cleaned them slats there. You've seen a time lapse of that. The pile of dung is there. The calf creep is also scraped out. I need to get that steel scraper of ours. I found it above up in the house. So yeah, I need to get that and give this a scrape, but I'll do that off camera, not in this video. But I got the shovel and I gave it a whatever I could with the shovel scraped out. That's the little pile there, not a lot, and I also give this little section here a scrape. So what came out of the calf creep and this side is all in that pile. Not a lot, only a small bit, so not too hectic. Now I have a plan, because I decided what I'm going to do, whether I will leave that until I'm able to get in with the 135 in the box, or whether I will wheelbarrow it out to the box. And the plan is here, with this, the whole slats done. So obviously that gate up along the wall was going across there, separating the two pens in half. I've that opened, and whatever I cleared off this half and that half, I've all in that pile. So this half I scraped it all to the wall and pushed it down there, and then the same with this side. I pushed it all over to the barriers there, and then I pushed it all up to the corner there. So this pile here is what came out of this whole side of the shed. So there's a nice bit there. And what I'll do with this one is I'll back in the 135 in the box and load it straight into the box. Be a lot handier. But what I'll do first is use the wheelbarrow method to load that into the wheelbarrow it out here, and then throw it into the box. And I should be, there probably is going to be possibly two good wheelbarrow loads in that. And I will wheelbarrow it into here, and I should be able to just tip the wheelbarrow straight into the box and let it fall in there. Those two wheelbarrow loads from out there should be all right. And then I can bring the 135 out to get that bit and the bits from the calf creep as well. And I also took down the pole that was connected to this gate and that other gate when it was shut. I got a couple of clips of that as well, you've seen that. So I took the pole down, which was a little calf creep for the calves to lie in on, onto the mats. But yeah, anyways, we'll have to find a wheelbarrow. I think it's out in the other shed somewhere, but I'll find it anyways, and then we'll get to shoveling all this and just get it out of the way. No point leaving it there waiting, because God knows how long that stuff is going to be there for. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to wheelbarrow it out. Just be done with it. Just do it, and just to be done with it. All is loaded into the box. So you've seen me load the bit that was here using the wheelbarrow, and then I loaded the bit at the calf creep, that's gone as well, and then the bit over here, you also got a clip of that as well, is also gone, loaded into the box. So it has stopped raining. I don't know how long it's going to stop for. I could chance going over the road, emptying the box, but I risk then a heavy rain shower coming back again and just absolutely soaking me. So I checked the weather app and it said heavy rain throughout the day. So I'm not going to chance going over with the box today. Tomorrow looks slightly better. Still a bit wet, but a lot more or less rain and lighter rain than there was today. But we'll chance going over with it tomorrow. But as you can see from there, that's a nice big box of dung ready to be emptied. Some dry stuff within there, and there's more sort of fresher stuff within there, but that's one of the jobs ticked off the list for today. As I mentioned, the calf creep, I might get the little scraper, but I'll do that on a just in my own time, not on a video. Just scrape that more clear, and then get it a bit more ready for power washing. The schlats, I might do the same, go over it again quickly with the scraper, the steel scraper, and just get any of the harder stuff that stuck onto the schlats cleared up. But yeah, that's the slats cleared, and I don't think we'll be able to get to our other job today because it's just a little bit too wet, and it's another sort of outside job, a bit of a dirty job you could say, but I'll probably will have to wait until tomorrow along with emptying the box. So next time you'll see me, it'll probably be the next day, tomorrow. Okay, so it's the next day. Yesterday I shoveled off all the dung off the slats, and then it was sort of raining. I couldn't do anything else. But today it's a lot more drier than what it was yesterday. So once I stopped recording yesterday, I decided to do a little bit more extra here. So what I done was I got the hose, I wet the whole slats, and then I got the scraper over in the calf creep that time when I used the shovel to scrape out all the stuff that was hardened onto the ground because I couldn't find the scraper. I found the scraper, and what I was talking about was this here. You can see, if I can tip it up, that is what I used. So we'll put that back. So as I mentioned, what I done was I got the hose, I wet the slats, and then I went over and scraped the whole slats. Done the same on this side, and I done the same in the calf creep as well. I hosed it down, wet it all up, and then went in with the scraper and scraped it. And as you can see, the results basically speak for themselves. It's a whole lot better. It looks a whole lot better than what I done the first time when I just shoveled up all the stuff off it. Obviously if I was to power wash it, it would give it that bit more of an extra clean, but I don't want to do that yet until we get the slurry out, the agitating done and the slurry out. So yeah, that's basically a lot cleaner than what it was. And over this side and the calf creep is the exact same. The results speak for themselves. A whole lot better, a whole lot better. And from the slats there, the slats this side, the calf creep, and that side there, what I got out of it was this pile here. I didn't throw anything extra. What the dung that you see in the box was from yesterday, from when I was shoveling. This pile here is from yesterday as well, off camera when I started scraping it. That's the extra stuff I got off the two sides of the slats and the calf creep. So what I'll do is I'll empty this box, come back, load it with this stuff, and then go over and empty the second one. But I'll do that off camera because I want to move on to our next job, which some people might find dirty or an unpleasant job on the farm, similar to this shoveling dung. Some people might find that a dirty job or an unpleasant job, but I don't really mind it. But anyways, the next job on the agenda is trim or cut back all these nettles, which is the field. That's where the cows and calves are. Their water has to be filled manually from a barrel and a hose. It's running a bit low, so I might have to top it up. But we are constantly walking up and down here, and I just want to tidy this section up, and then maybe once this is done, I might then open the gate here, this little gate here, open it out this way, and then do that swipe over there, which is behind the electric tape, and then there's a very, very rough permanent fence there. So between those two, just that there, and tidy it up a little bit because it does look a bit messy, and it's just nettles and briars, and just get rid of them, tidy them up, and it'll make my life a whole lot easier for walking up and down here, for filling the water and all that. So we have a strimmer here, as you can see. We have the mask, 2-stroke petrol, and I have a pair of gloves just in case. So we'll get that tuned up and started. Hopefully it works. Hasn't been started in over a year, so I did give it a bit of a service, the carburetor and all that, give that a bit of a clean. So it should be, fingers crossed, hopefully work. Anyways, yeah, get this tidied up and trimmed because it looks a holy show. All trimmed back and looking a whole lot neater and a whole lot tidier. So we have that trimmed back, and we have a bit in here trimmed back as well. So I only went a certain distance just to there, because beyond that point it's just grass. The nettles and the briars and whatever else was in this section here is all sort of thinned out beyond that point. That's this section looking a whole lot nicer and a whole lot tidier, and the main section here looking a whole lot nicer and a whole lot tidier as well. So that's not too bad. So another job, there's 2 more jobs I've lined up now. The first one that I'll tackle is, you can see that there's dirt, just muck, and the further in along the wall you get, the thicker that muck or dirt is. You can just see it's guttery type stuff. So I want to get a shovel and a spade and just give all this a scrape, load it into the box in the 135, because underneath that dirt is basically a concrete floor, and I'm hoping when I scrape all that dirt and expose the concrete floor again, that there'll be less briars and less nettles growing in this section, because all the dirt would be gone. And then the next job that I want to do after this is that when I was trimming, I was looking at this pen here, just a lot of gutter and dots of cow dung. So I'll get the dung shovel and the yard scraper and scrape it all up towards the gate there. I'll curtail the cows and calves into the field there so they can't get out, and I'll back up the 135 and the transport box and load it all up into the box and dump it in the wood or somewhere. So yeah, that's 2 jobs there I need to do. And abracadabra. Only if it was easy as saying those two words or clicking your fingers or something. But yeah, anyways, as you can see, the ground is clear and you can actually see the concrete floor for once. So with all that mud gone, hopefully that will decrease or promote less nettles and briars and just unwanted stuff growing here. The hose is also there to move it out of the way, and here is all cleaned as well. All the stuff that was there, the dirt and the dung. Now I don't know which one was harder, this section or this section. That section was just all sort of runny stuff, all sort of gutter, wet, runny, like watery, soupy type stuff. There was a couple of thick bits in it as well. That was a lot more easier to shovel, but the more wetter, soupier bits, absolute pain to shovel and all that. This, it was just the roots everywhere, which was just a pain in the hole, but we got it done. So there, a nice day's work done there. Well, I think it was yesterday we done the slatted house, cleaning the slats and that, and now we have all this done. Obviously I think shoveling dung or scraping dung or doing anything with dung, cleaning out dry pens, cleaning out slats, I don't find them that too bad. Some other people that doesn't really work on a farm that often or doesn't have any farming background might think that shoveling dung or just working with dung in general is a dirty job, which is a kind of a stereotypical-ish thing, but I don't really mind it. The soupy stuff there was a pain, and the roots here was a pain, but that is us done, all them unpleasant dirty jobs done, and that is going to be the end of today's video. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my merch, the link to that will be down in the description, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Take care.